Hey, what's good, people? RFG's back at it today, and I will be decoding the movie Blade today. And I'm here to tell you guys that this will probably be, I'd say, top five deepest videos, deepest information I've ever touched on. Okay. So for starters, I'm gonna be showing, okay, this picture right here of this video that was made by this account. Okay, this guy's name is the Prophet. He made a video earlier this year decoding the movie Blade. Okay, and he had some key points in this clip that were right, some clips that were, in my opinion, wrong. Okay, and I'm not going to be showing this guy's video either. I'm just going to state the point that he was right about and the point that he was wrong about. Okay, the point that he made that he was right about, in my opinion, was the point that there were clips in here, okay, that showed melanated people getting harvested. Okay, and that is true, and that's been going on for thousands of years. Okay, there's certain people that literally have to feast off of melanated blood and organs to survive. Okay. He also noted that Blade was called the Daywalker. That was correct. But he made a key point in this video where I believe he was wrong. Okay. He said that Blade was the chosen one, okay, because he was a full-blooded black man. Okay. He called him an Israelite. Okay, because the Prophet is a Hebrew Israelite. And he said that in the movie Blade, okay, they called Blade the chosen one because he was a full-blooded, quote-unquote, Israelite. And I'm here to tell you that that is wrong. In my opinion, that is 100% wrong. Okay, and I'm going to be showing and proving. I'm going to be showing and proving in this video. So like I said, stay tuned and just listen very carefully to the information that's given. Okay, Blade right here is a fictional, quote-unquote, fictional character appearing in the comic books published by Marvel Comics, created by writer Marv Wolfman and penciler Gene Colan. His first appearance was in the comic book The Tomb of Dracula #10 in 1973 as a supporting character. Okay, when we look at this Blade character here, okay, his real name is Eric Brooks. Okay, they called his species Dhampir. His team affiliation is MI13. MI, what number? 13. Okay, we at 13 is the most symbolic number in the whole universe. Okay, 13 symbolizes universal order, universal wisdom, and universal order. That's 13. Okay, so when we look at Blade's superhuman abilities, we have a master martial artist, a skilled swordsman, a street fighter and marksman, okay, highly knowledgeable about vampire lore, superhuman strength, superhuman speed, agility, and stamina, enhanced senses, accelerated healing factor, okay, immunity to the bites of vampires, and vampire hypnosis, slowed aging. Okay, this all right here that I just listed is forms of melanin, is the same characteristics of melanin. Okay, slowed aging, use of throwing knives, ability to sense supernatural creatures. Okay, when they say supernatural creatures, they're talking about interdimensional creatures. Okay, so I'd say about 90% of these abilities listed are nothing more than having melanin, having neuromelanin in your body. Okay, so what is Blade? Okay, what is this character Blade? Okay, Eric Brooks. Who is he, in my opinion? Okay, they called him the chosen one. Okay, they called him the chosen one. And what this individual here that made this video decoding Blade, what he didn't understand was Blade was not the chosen one, okay, for being a full-blooded melanated man. Blade was the chosen one for having both cursed and melanated bloodlines within him. Let me repeat. Eric Brooks, okay, aka Blade, was the chosen one because he had both cursed and both melanated bloodlines, okay, within him. If you do your research, Blade, when Blade was born, his mother was bitten by a cursed vampire. Okay? When his mother was bitten by a cursed vampire, that put that person's DNA in his mother, okay? And as a baby in his mother's womb, Blade absorbed that cursed vampire DNA within him. Okay? But it didn't get completely into his system. Okay? There wasn't too much of that vampire DNA that was placed in him to make him a full vampire. Okay, so when he came out the womb, he was half quote unquote mortal and half quote unquote vampire. Now look at that word, mortal, the Moors, mortal, the Moors, the melanated men. And he had a piece of that cursed vampire DNA in him. So he had both melanated man DNA, okay, bloodline of the Moors in him, and the cursed bloodline of the vampires. Now, the vampires actually exist in this world, and they're known as the Khazar Jews. They're known as the Khazarian Jews, and they are real vampires, okay? So this individual right here, Eric Brooks, okay, he is symbolizing and personifying a mulatto man. Let me repeat. Blade / Eric Brooks is personifying a mulatto man. A man who has two different bloodlines. One is cursed, one is melanated. Okay? So Blade is symbolizing a man who holds both Khazarian and melanated DNA within him. Okay? The vampire cursed DNA and the melanated DNA. That is what makes Blade the chosen one. Okay? Because he is connected. He is naturally connected to both worlds. Okay? So I 100% believe that I completely debunked what the Hebrew Israelite had to say, okay, with his opinion of why Blade is the chosen one. Okay? Blade is the chosen one because he has both cursed Khazarian vampire DNA in him and melanated Moorish DNA in him. Okay? On this earth we live on. You see, this earth is all about duality. It's all about duality. White and black, light and dark. As within, so without. As above, so below. Okay? Good and evil. Right and wrong. Left and right. Good and bad. Duality. It's all about duality. Okay? So, what I'm here to tell you today is there was a group of people on this earth that basically defied the 42 laws of Ma'at. And when they defied the 42 laws of Ma'at, they were cursed by the moon goddess Isis. Okay? And they were stripped of their God particle, which is known as neuromelanin. They were stripped of their connection to the cosmos and to nature. They were stripped of that connection, okay? Because they had their neuromelanin snatched and taken away from them by our melanated moon goddess Isis. And I'm going to be showing and proving today, okay? Because everybody who wants to call this pseudo, they want to call it pseudo judo, pseudoscience, I'm going to be showing and proving that all of you people calling this pseudo, this is just proving that this information is so profound and complex that your mind just can't grasp it. Your mind just can't grasp it. It's so profound and complex and diverse and complicated to you, and it scares you. It scares you so much. So all your little pea brain can do is do what's easy, okay, and throw the information aside and call it, oh, that's pseudo. That's pseudo. I don't understand it. It doesn't make sense to me. So I'm just going to call it pseudo. Well, guess what? You're done. After today, you are done, because I'm going to be showing and proving. Ladies and gentlemen, there is a bloodline that is directly related to the sons of Cain, who were cursed by the melanated moon goddess Isis, okay? And they are a certain group of Caucasoids who are directly related to the Khazarian Jews in control of the world right now. And they have no melanin tone. They have no melanin tone in their skin. They have no neuromelanin in their blood. Their pineal glands are completely calcified, and they eat flesh. They drink blood. Okay, they are vampires, and they are allergic to the sun. And these people do exist. Okay? Okay? All you motherfuckers talking about pseudo judo. You're done. You're done. Okay? Calling my information pseudo, you're done. Okay? Because I'm going to be showing and proving. This is a real live vampire, ladies and gentlemen, who feasts off of blood and flesh. Name is Don Henry.
I do consume human blood. There is a real live community that exists not only within the States, but also throughout the world.
According to Henry, he and his kind do not prey on the innocent.
Well, these days we don't go ripping people's throats out or anything like that. Quite mature with what we do. Keep things within doors. We don't go out searching for victims or anything like that.
Henry claims he will only drink from consenting donors. But clearly, there are others who aren't so considerate. In 1985, a motorist traveling down a back road in Florida came across a young woman, handcuffed and partially clothed, barely able to walk. The victim was rushed to the local hospital, where Lieutenant Bob Lethero of the Brevard County Sheriff's Department was brought in on the case.
The doctors and the paramedics realized that she had lost a significant amount of blood and possibly could have passed away from exposure.
Just 19 years old, the girl had a terrifying story to tell.
She informed me that she was out on the roadway hitchhiking, and this gentleman picked her up. He looked very well dressed. He offered her a ride.
But once in the car, the driver overpowered her and choked her unconscious. It was then that the nightmare really began.
She woke up later on, unknown amount of time. She was on a countertop of the kitchen. She was tied down, and the suspect was putting a needle, syringe, into her arm and draining her blood out into a beaker.
But why?
He said that he was a vampire and that he drank of the blood.
The nightmare continued for hours. In between feedings, the kidnapper kept her handcuffed in the bathtub. It was through the bathroom window, still handcuffed, that she managed to escape onto the nearby road. The victim in this case got away, but others did not.
Okay, that was only a fraction of that story, of that incident that took place a while back. Now we're going to see this actual group, okay, that this guy named Don Henry has created, okay. He's come into contact with people of his own bloodline, okay, and they are real live vampires that feast off of raw blood, okay, and raw flesh. Okay, this guy obviously has no melanin grade to his skin. Okay, this guy was born with canines that damn near look serrated. Okay, just pay very close attention.
Welcome. This will be your first glimpse into my lifestyle. I'm going to get back into more of the things that you guys are probably expecting out of me. Things like bloodletting. Things like energy manipulation. So if anybody would like to step forward within our circle here, please do so now. Now, don't take this lightly. Keep in mind what you will be getting into. I have with me today Gina and Drax. Would anybody be willing to actually step up and be drained completely?
I was rather skeptical of the entire thing. So I like right off the bat, I like to kind of figure it out for my own. So I'm like, all right, you can drain me.
Better know than me. I really was going to go up there. There wasn't really a lot of explanation behind what was going on. Before I'm going to get drained out of my energy, I want to know what the is going on.
Just relax. Just relax, seriously.
They're going to extract his blood by a syringe needle, because they don't want to risk bacteria getting into his blood. They're not going to bite him.
I don't know how much energy was lost or what had happened, but it's something last.
Go grab me a soda, please.
When I went to stand back up, I have to admit, my leg from the kneecap down was a little wobbly, and it took me a little bit to kind of get back up.
Here, why don't you go sit down over here, come here. Okay.
I just didn't know what was happening.
I'm so rushed right now. Alright. How about we allude to another subject? The subject of blood. My favorite.
Tonight, you guys are going to be witnessing what we call a bloodletting. I am going to be ingesting actual human blood.
Gina, would you please come forward?
Now, of course, we see nice, juicy veins here. Oh. You're going to see a whole new me for at least a couple days. That's how much at least the charge will last, really.
I'm actually using the blood as actually...
Yeah, real pseudo, huh? Real pseudo.
I'm just like, oh my god.
And you silly motherfuckers think thousands of people go missing every year for no goddamn reason. You fools. You damn fools. You think the graveyards aren't expanding ever. Have never expanded ever for no reason. You're a fool.
Yes, that's real.
Now, I do not suggest this for anybody because a normal person basically would actually vomit this up. You ready?
The moment that I was drinking her blood, I was actually gaining the feeling that Gina was feeling. Her excitement kind of transferred over to me. Chemicals within the bloodstream actually promote certain feelings.
This guy's a necrophiliac.
Fiona kind of like hysterically laughing.
Yep.
Somebody would have.
There's a whole society. People, there's a whole society. There's a whole society, okay, that are directly related to this guy right here, Don Henry. Okay? And a lot of them are your politicians. A lot of them are involved with the Vatican Church. And they're all over the world. They're in most parts of the world too.
Pretty intense, yet very uneasy.
That's why you have so many missing individuals on a yearly basis all across the world. Okay? Because this guy right here, Don Henry, okay, Don Henry, his society has to either be in America or Europe. Okay? But there's multiple. There's so many other individuals who have the same genetic makeup of this guy, Don Henry. See, Don Henry is a direct blood lineage of the sons of Cain. Of the sons of Cain. Okay? That story, that incident goes back to what happened with Enoch. Okay? That was around the same time as Enoch. Okay, when you talk about Cain and Abel. Okay, it's not a game, people. It's not a game. These vampires that are direct lineage to Cain, okay, direct lineage to the Khazarian Jews, they are involved in hematography. Hematography. See? The act of consuming blood. The act of bloodlust. Of bloodlust. You see? Another form of cannibalism. Hematography. But see, there are melanated people who partake in hematography and cannibalism, but those melanated tribes are not Moors. They are not Moors. Those tribes, like the Pygmies, they were spliced. They were spliced with other animals to take on the genetic makeup of a pygmy. Okay? They are not full-blooded Moors. Okay? So, like I said, that cursed bloodline that has no neuromelanin being produced in their blood, which actually, you see what I'm saying, causes them to be the complete opposite of the Moors. So instead of having a craving for food that comes from nature, okay, that is plant-based, they become carnivores. Okay, they take on the traits of hematography. Okay, they have a bloodlust. Okay, just like other parasites on this planet. Okay, they're also necrophiliacs. Necrophiliacs. They get a bloodlust and they get sexually turned on by death, by blood and death. Okay, that's called necrophilia. People like this exist, man. You people better wake up. You people out there better wake the hell up, man. Thinking this shit is pseudo. You better wake your goddamn ass up. Okay? Because like I said, the graveyards aren't expanding. Organ harvesting is taking place every goddamn day. Oh, and I did my research. The fucking morgue, the morgue business in the United States makes a total average of $51 million a day. Let me repeat. The morgue business in the United States makes on average $51 million a day. $51 million a day off of the dead bodies, okay, that they take and they harvest the organs, okay, every day. That's how much they're making every day because of the funeral costs and the cremation costs. Okay? So the fucking morgue, the morgue business and the graveyard business, that is the Illuminati. That is the Illuminati. They are the fucking Illuminati. Okay? So like I said, what made Blade the chosen one? Blade was the chosen one because he was a melanated man, okay, with the cursed vampire DNA in him, okay, and he personified both worlds in one. That made him the chosen one, the Alpha and the Omega. Do you understand? Do you understand, Hebrew Israelites? Okay? Because today I'm showing and I'm proving. Okay? So, the original melanated people on this earth, we were created, okay? Our ancestors were created by the Anunnaki, by the Elohim, to be keepers of the earth, to be keepers of the earth, leaders of the earth, okay? Protectors of the earth's resources, the knowledge holders, the holders of wisdom, the holders of universal wisdom on the earth. Okay? We're supposed to be the melanated men and women. Okay? They were the knowledge keepers, the teachers, the builders, the protectors of earth's resources. Okay? So, yeah, they were also supposed to be the guardians of the galaxy. Okay? So, the Caucasoid, on the other hand, was created to be the completely opposite. The Caucasoid was created to be the complete opposite, okay, of what the original Moors were on this earth, on this planet. They were created to be the complete opposite. Why do I say that? Okay, when the Caucasoids were created, that's when we started major bloodshed, major warfare on the planet amongst humans. Warfare amongst humans did not start until the Caucasoid was created. Okay, that is a fact. There was wars that took place before Caucasoids were created, okay, but that took place amongst our creators, not humans, but our creators, okay? Warfare amongst humans did not start until the Caucasoid was created, okay? Because naturally, a lack of melanin makes you more closely connected to death, okay? A lack of neuromelanin causes you to be more closely connected to and more closely related to acts of warfare and acts of death. Because as you lose the neuromelanin, you are closer to death. That is why when individuals are on their deathbed, okay, when individuals are on their deathbed, do they get darker or do they get paler? They get paler, which means Caucasoid people, the original Caucasoid people, are more closely related and closely connected to warfare and death. And this is why a lot of them don't have problems with taking away another life, with destroying nature, okay? Because guess what? That's what the fuck they were created for. That's what they were created for, okay? This is why they're so heavily tied to heavy metal music, to the heavy metal music, which is related to what? Death, okay? Heavy metal, death, chaos, okay? No order, okay? This is what they are naturally connected to, okay? That's what a lack of melanin causes you to be connected to. When you lose the neuromelanin, this is what characteristics you start to take up. Okay? So the original Caucasoids are naturally tied to death and things that go against the universal order, universal nature, okay, universal love. Okay? So when we talk about this whole chosen one thing, this whole yin yang, this whole personifying the light and the dark, personifying the yin and the yang, okay, the positive and the negative, we look at this movie series known as Species as well. And I decoded the movie series Species and Wonder Woman, and I stated that the species alien symbolized a mulatto woman. A mulatto woman. Why? Because right here we have the main character. Okay, right here is the white woman. Okay, and right here it shows the storyline of the white woman being spliced with DNA of a quote-unquote alien. Okay, so the white woman takes on the traits of this quote-unquote alien, but this quote-unquote alien has a melanated woman's features, has an indigenous melanated woman's features, okay? It has the quote-unquote black woman's cheekbones, okay, the chin, the jawbones, the protruding eyebrow ridges, and the very thick woolly hair and the braids, okay? So right here, the white woman is forming and morphing in, okay, to a melanated woman, okay? That's personifying a mulatto woman, okay? So it's the same thing, ladies and gentlemen. It's the same exact thing with Blade. It's the same thing with Blade, okay? Blade was the chosen one because he had both cursed and melanated bloodlines within him. Okay? That's what made him the Alpha and the Omega, the chosen one. Okay, it's not a game. Okay, it's the same thing with Darth Vader. Darth Vader's father was a Sith Lord. Okay? So he was destined to take up his father's footsteps and to become a Sith Lord. Okay? But Darth Vader's mother, okay, had a separate bloodline, which was the opposite. Which made Anakin, aka Darth Vader, the chosen one. Okay? It was Anakin who put Sidious to death and who brought balance to the Force, who brought balance to the universal force between the Sith and the Jedi, between light and dark. You see? This is spiritual war. This is spiritual war that's taking place around us, ladies and gentlemen. It's spiritual warfare. And only those with light hearts, okay, with a respect for nature, with a respect for universal order, only those people are gonna ascend. Okay, plain and simple. Plain and goddamn simple. Okay? So once again, right here, this is the Species movie character. Okay, you can easily see when the white woman morphed into the quote-unquote alien, she was actually morphing into a quote-unquote black woman. Okay, right here you see the cheekbones, the lips. Look at that. Look at the full lips. Okay, the eye shape, the eyebrow ridges, and the very, very thick hair. Okay, that comes out that looks like dreadlocks. Okay, they did almost the same thing with the Predator. Okay, they've been sending us these messages in the movies for the longest. Okay, so this information right here, okay, is directly connected to Blade. It's directly connected to the movie Blade. Okay, right here we have Huey P. Newton. Huey P. Newton, okay, I believe was one of the biggest founders, or the founder of the Black Panther Party. Okay, basically the most revolutionary act that was done by a melanated man in the United States, in America. Okay, him and Malcolm X. Okay, so when we look at Huey P. Newton and we look at Huey P. Newton's bloodline, Huey P. Newton, his mother was a melanated woman, but Huey P. Newton's father was a racist white man and a rapist. Okay, let me repeat. Huey P. Newton's father was a racist white man, okay, and a white supremacist, okay. So Huey P. Newton had both bloodlines in him. Huey P. Newton had both cursed and melanated bloodlines within him. But Huey P. Newton chose, okay, to serve his melanated lineage. Same goddamn thing as, okay, as the Blade character. Same thing as Blade, okay? Okay? Huey P. Newton was a real life Blade. Okay? Malcolm X was a real life Blade because Malcolm X had a white grandfather. Okay? Individuals with both cursed and melanated bloodlines within them. Okay? It's not a game, people. It's not a game. It's not a joke. Okay? The government knows this. The government knows this information. And they're actually trying to stop black women, okay, producing offspring, okay, from every other kind of man, because that's why they're trying to make the quote-unquote black woman look undesirable, okay, because they don't want her mitochondrial DNA to pass on to her children, because no matter who the father is, no matter who the sperm bearer is, the child is going to come out, okay, as a natural protector of the black woman. Okay? This is why they're trying to make black women look undesirable. They don't want other men to mate with her because she's producing natural revolutionaries. And this is happening because of the sun's energy. This is all going back to the sun, our ancestors speaking to us, and the gods speaking to us through the sun's rays, people. That is what's causing these black women to be impregnated, okay, with revolutionaries in their womb. And the Zionist Jew media is trying to make the black woman look undesirable because they don't want any more revolutionaries, okay, coming up and posing a threat to them. It's time to wake up, people. It's time to wake up. Now we're going to touch on what took place in ancient times, okay? Anywhere from 13,000, in between 13,000 and 6,000 years ago. Okay, there was a group of Moors, a group of melanated Moors on the earth, okay? And they were Isis, the goddess Isis, first human creation, okay? First human creation. And they were to abide by these 42 laws of Ma'at over a certain period of time, okay? When this goddess came back, she saw that these 42 laws were not being abided by, okay? And to make a long story short, okay, this is basically the same, okay, it's the same story, it's the same incident as the Cain and Abel, okay, as the Cain and Abel story in your Bible, in your good book, okay? And people always like to say, oh, RFG, you bash the Bible, but then you use pieces of its literature. Well, first and foremost, I know the Bible's history. King James didn't write shit. He just translated certain things, and he knocked the female ruler, the female deity, okay? The female creator deity got knocked off of her throne because of King James. And there are many falsehoods in the Bible, and there are many factual incidents and events in that Bible. It is our job to decode and to decipher it, okay, in our best interest. Okay, there are many contradictions and many falsehoods and many forensic falsities in that Bible. Okay, that's why it had to be revised 11 times, because they were so busy taking the real important information out to keep the people slaves. Okay? Okay? You do not want to test me with this knowledge. I'm trying to tell you guys, I'm trying to tell you Hebrew Israelites out there, you do not know what the Bible really is. Okay? It's really the book of life and the book of the dead that comes out of Kemet. That's what it is, because the prefix bi means to bind. It means two. And no, it doesn't mean Old Testament, New Testament. It means bi, bind, the book of the dead and the book of life. Okay? Which comes straight off of the hieroglyphic walls in Kemet. Okay? So once again, in between 6 and 13,000 years ago, the goddess Isis created the first humans, okay, brought them to the earth, and basically to mine certain precious metals out of the earth. They were to abide by the 42 laws of Ma'at. This deity, this godlike deity, came back to the earth and took note that these 42 laws of Ma'at were not being abided by. And Cain, this individual known as Cain, okay, got cursed. Cain murdered his brother, okay, and sought to seek domination over the earth to control all of the earth's resources. Okay, when Isis got word of this information, Isis hit Cain with such a powerful object. Okay, the pineal gland inside of Cain was automatically calcified, and there was no neuromelanin being produced in his body after Cain was hit with this weapon. Okay, so this weapon that Cain was hit by took the neuromelanin from his blood, from his body. Okay, and we all know the neuromelanin is what connects us to the universe, to the cosmos, to the creator, to earth. Okay, so Cain basically turned into a goddamn vampire. Cain could get no more energy from the sunlight. Cain could have no more connection to the earth or the cosmos. Cain would now no longer be a consumer of plants of the earth to connect to the earth. Cain was now subject to cannibalism and bloodlust. Okay? Cain now grew a hunger for flesh. That was Cain's curse. Okay? And this guy Cain right here, he has fucking descendants. Okay? One of his fucking descendants, okay, is Don Henry. Don Henry. Okay? The real life fucking vampire. Okay? It's not a game, people. It's not a game. It's not a joke. Okay? This Cain and Abel story is very real. This Cain guy is the father of the Zionist Jews. Let me repeat. This Cain individual is the father of the Khazarian Empire. This Cain guy is the father of the Zionist Jew Khazarian Empire. Okay? Because the Zionist Jews are the bloodsuckers of the goddamn world. Okay? They have lied and deceived the world. They have robbed the earth of all of its natural resources. Okay? Everything that they do, everything that they promote is against nature, and everything that the Zionist Jews do, okay, is going against our moon goddess Isis and our sun god Horus and Ra. Okay? So Cain is the leader of the Zionist Jews, of the Khazars. He is their father, because when Isis cursed Cain, this is some little etymology for you guys. Okay, when Isis cursed Cain, Isis gave Cain cancer. Let me repeat. When Isis cursed Cain, Isis gave Cain cancer, because Isis is the mother moon goddess who rules the moon, in the zodiac, who rules the moon in astrology. Cancer, okay? Cancer rules the moon. Cancer rules the moon. So the Isis deity, the mother moon goddess, gave Cain cancer. That's why they call the zodiac sign Cancer, because it gave out the first form of cancer, okay, the first dose of cancer, okay, to Cain, and Cain was stripped of his melanin, okay? So that's the connection between the moon and Cancer and the curse of Cain. And Cain and his followers, okay, they became bloodlusting beasts, vampires on the planet, flesh eaters, warlocks, witches and warlocks that consume flesh, okay? And that built an underground society under the earth's surface, okay? The fucking Khazarian mafia. That's who controls the fucking world, and that's who needs to be vanquished, okay? It's really not a black versus white thing. It's a people of the earth against the Khazarian mafia thing. That's what it is. Okay, that's what the fuck it is. It's the chosen people versus the goddamn vampires. Just how it was in the Blade movie. Just how it was in the Blade movie. Okay? It's not a joke, man. It's not a joke. Okay, there is a cursed bloodline on this earth, and their job is to create order out of chaos, to rob the earth of its resources, to get the people on the surface fighting one another while they're being sprayed with chemtrails, while their water is being poisoned, while their food is being destroyed and poisoned, while their babies are being killed through abortions, okay? While the gangster homosexual lifestyle is being promoted to their children. It's all going back to the goddamn zombie, vampire, Khazarian mafia that exists under our Earth's surface, okay? And you see, you can kill these goddamn vampires. Mark my words. I know I'm going to sound crazy, but you can kill these goddamn vampires and put them to death with goddamn silver bullets. With silver fucking bullets, okay? Just like in my Isis moon goddess video. Anybody who studies alchemy knows that the metal silver comes from the moon. And I just stated that these fucking vampires, okay, were cursed by our moon goddess. They were cursed by our moon goddess. So the silver, the metal that comes from the moon, is what's gonna have to be used to put these goddamn Zionist Khazar vampire bastards to death. The silver, it's what's going to be needed, okay, to put these vampires, these witches, and these warlocks and these fucking werewolves, okay. The silver is gonna be needed to put their asses to death, okay. The silver that comes from Isis, the Isis silver. Okay, anybody who studies alchemy knows that the metal silver comes from the moon. And guess what? These goddamn Khazarian bastards, they hate silver and they hate the moon and they hate Isis. That's why they tarnished the name Isis. That's why they named their new boogeyman, their new bullshit boogeyman, okay? The quote-unquote terrorists around the world, they named them ISIS because the Zionist vampire Jews, they hate ISIS. They hate the silver. They hate the melanated mother moon goddess. So they try to tarnish the name. So now we're going to have to take hold of the silver, okay, the silver metal to put these bastards to death. Start creating goddamn silver swords and silver bullets and put these goddamn demons and these monsters and these warlocks to death. Plain and simple. Okay? Plain and goddamn simple. This is who when these beasts were cursed by the mother moon goddess, they became followers of Saturn. They became followers of Saturn and Kronos and Set, the Kemetic god Set. Okay? Is where you get Saturn and Kronos. Okay? The fallen one, the fallen star that was bound by an ice ring. Okay? Lord of the Rings, the fallen one, Saturn, Set. Okay? God of wickedness and chaos and deception. Okay? That is who they serve. And they have to be put to death in order for harmony, peace, and balance to be maintained on the earth that we live on, ladies and gentlemen, okay? So this individual, Yaqub, okay, he was swayed. Yaqub was swayed by the sons of Cain. Let me repeat. Yaqub was swayed by the sons of Cain. The sons of Cain offered Yaqub a deal. They offered Yaqub a deal. And they said, if you can splice your genetics, if you can somehow splice your genetics to create more of us, to increase the Caucasoid population on the earth, okay, we will reward you, okay, with these riches, with these worldly riches, okay? These are the Khazarian Zionist Jews, okay? These are the Khazarian Zionist Jews of this world that banded together, okay? This was the Khazarian mafia, okay, making a plea to the ancient scientist Yaqub, and they bribed him, okay, to increase the population of Caucasoids on this planet. And Yaqub and the descendants of Yaqub, okay, they sold the people out on this planet. They sold their own people out, okay, for worldly riches, and they increased the population of the vampire DNA on the earth, okay? Yaqub was a sellout. Yaqub, ladies and gentlemen, oh, I'm going to be fucking up a whole bunch of people's paradigms. Yaqub was a scientist, okay? Kemetic scientist, cosmic traveler, but he was a sellout because for worldly riches, he betrayed his own people, and he was the one who spliced his genetics to create the Caucasoids that you see roaming the earth today. He was the one who increased their population. You see, there's a difference. There is a difference between these individuals right here and let's see, the Caucasoids, the average Caucasoids on the earth. Okay? Let's see. The average Caucasoids on the earth are very different, okay, from these Khazarian Jews. These Khazarian Jews, okay, are the sons of Cain, are the vampires with the cursed bloodline. They were stripped of their melanin by Isis, the mother moon goddess. That's why they created this fake ass story, okay, about ISIS being the terrorists around the world. That's all to tarnish our mother moon goddess, the same moon goddess that stripped these goddamn vampires of their melanin. You see? So these were the deities that bribed Yaqub to create the slave race, the first slave race. You see, the first slave race was the Caucasoid. Okay? That's where you get the words Yugoslavia, Czechoslovakia, That Slav, S-L-A-V, is short for slave. That Yugoslavia. Those white people were slaves, okay? Were the first slaves to not only Yaqub, not only the Moors, but they were slaves to the Zionist Jews as well, okay? Okay? These individuals right here were the first slaves on the planet. These Caucasoids right here were the first slaves. Okay? They were the first slaves. They were the first creation. Okay? These are the Tamahu. Okay? The Zionist Jews are not the Tamahu. They are the sons of Cain. They are the fucking vampires. These Caucasoids right here have a piece of that vampire DNA, a piece of that melanated DNA, and then they have a piece of RH monkey DNA in them, RH rhesus monkey DNA in them. They have those 3 different bloodlines in them to make them different than the Zionist Jews. This is why the Zionist Jews do not associate themselves with average Caucasoids on the earth, okay? Because they are they're not completely, but they are different. They are missing that RH monkey gene, okay? The Zionist Jews do not have that RH monkey gene, okay? They are actually RH negative, the Zionist Jews, okay? Which shows and proves that these Caucasoids right here, okay, they were spliced with the vampire DNA from the Jews, the RH monkey DNA, and Yaqub's melanated DNA, all spliced in one. All spliced in one. Okay? It's not a game, people. It's not a game. Yaqub was a fucking sellout to the goddamn Zionist Khazar Jew bastards who are the vampires and the parasites on the earth. Okay? And guess what? This is going to blow you guys away. And I'm going to wrap the video up with this information. None other than Wesley Snipes, the character who played Blade, who played the Blade character, he knew this information because Wesley Snipes, okay, he had his own movie production cinema company that was on the up and up in Hollywood, and it was called Amin-Ra Films. It was called Amin-Ra Films, people. It was called Amin-Ra Films. Okay? And he was studying the work and the information from master teachers, okay? Like Dr. Henry Clark, okay? Francis Cress Welsing, okay? He was studying their material, okay? I believe he was studying Dr. Delbert Blair as well. And he was very proud, okay, of this knowledge, of this Kemetic knowledge, okay, that he stumbled upon. And he was going to come out with the Amin-Ra Films. He was going to come out with the Amin-Ra Film Production Company, okay? This is why the Zionist Jew bastards that own the Hollywood movie industry, this is why they tarnished his image, and this is why they had the IRS set his ass up, okay, for tax evasion, and they put his ass behind bars, okay, because he woke up, okay, because Wesley Snipes woke up, okay. You can go search this information online for yourself and come to your own conclusion as well, ladies and gentlemen. Don't take anything what I say for face value. Go do your damn research yourself and come to your own conclusion. Plain and simple, okay? So, really, that's all I had to say on this topic, man. This is some very profound information, okay? I gave some knockout blows for all these motherfuckers calling my information pseudo, okay? You motherfuckers got hit with a Deontay Wilder left and a right hook, okay? And you are out for a count, okay? So I appreciate everyone who supports RFG and Atlantean movement. Please like, subscribe, and share this video. It's the chosen one, man. I'm out.